Hey, I'm Jeremy, and this is Not Done Yet. At the age of 52, I left behind a successful career and all the security that comes with that to strike out on a new journey that God was leading me into. And I'm loving it, but I want to share more with you about that journey that I'm on, but also to challenge you for how you're going to live the second half of your life, the second act of your life. And that's this really cool concept that I stumbled upon. My wife and I enjoy going to musicals and plays and the like. And when you go to a musical or a play, there's almost always two acts with an intermission in the middle. And Act one is always focused on the buildup. It presents the problem, it shows the conflict, and more often than not, it ends with some tension, some dramatic tension of some sort. And then you go into intermission. Then you get to Act two, and Act two is where you find the payoff, the resolution. Love is found, problems are solved, success is had, evil is overcome. Whatever the thrust of that particular play is. And it's in that second act where this stuff happens. And I woke up to that one day and realized that although I'd had a successful career thus far, but I didn't want to coast. I wanted some resolution, I guess. Not necessarily resolution to problems, but I wanted the payoff for all the work I'd put in, the wisdom I had gained, the things I had learned, and I needed a new place to do that. And so God led me into this new thing, this new yearning, and because I didn't want to wake up one day and realize I'd never really had the second act. It's not written yet. You've got to write it. You've got to write your second act. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to just coast. You may need to make some decisions that you're going to let go of some things you have been doing, things that weren't working, things that are getting in the way. You're going to have to maybe take care of some things that have come into conflict in the first half of your life. Maybe there's some stuff you're going to have to deal with your relationships, with some family, maybe even with your wife. And you're going to have to deal and address some of those things so that you can live the best second act of your life, because perhaps the bumps and bruises of life in the first act have created some tension, have created some turmoil. You don't want to just coast through that and just, whatever, just continue to live with the humdrum of life. You want to strike out on whatever it is that God's got moving in you. And here's the thing, God is a God of redemption. So it doesn't matter what you did in the first act in terms of disqualifying you, I guess I would say, from being able to do something awesome in the second act. Because if God's leading you into it, He's going to do it. If God's leading you into it, He's going to do it. He's going to take care of you. It's going to be awesome. And it's not going to be easy. Let me hear you. Oh, you listening? I didn't say it's going to be easy. I said it's going to be awesome. Because, man, it takes faith. But you want to do that. You want to strike out. You want to dig deep and live into that longing. Because the last thing you want to do is wake up when it is too late. Because, see, you're not done. You got time, man. But you don't want to wake up when it's too late and then have regrets. There's this quote from Mark Twain that I keep written in a little notebook because it reminds me of why I have this sense of urgency at what is now the age of 53. Mark Twain writes, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. That's what I want to encourage you to do, man. Explore that longing. I can't tell you what it's going to take. I don't suggest anybody do it the way I did it, okay? That's not what this is about. I don't suggest anyone do it the way I did it unless that's exactly what God's calling you to do. That's what I had to do. I had to leave everything behind and strike out without knowing exactly how I was going to land, without knowing where I was going to live, without knowing how I was going to make money. But God's taking care of that, and I'm going to tell more of that story through this channel as time goes on. But God took care of that, and is it easy? No. He didn't replace everything that I once had, so I still have to live in faith. But I'm okay. My family's okay, and we like where we are, and we like the journey we're on. It causes some things to be tight. It's challenging at times, and yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. There are those moments when I wake up and say, "What in the world did I do?" You know, if I just stayed where I was, if I just kept doing the same old, I wouldn't have to worry about this. But I'm here to tell you it's worth it, because I don't want to wake up at 73 or 83 and say, oh my gosh, why didn't I ever? Why didn't I ever do that thing? And I don't want you to either. You can do it. Now, you can't do it all at once. I mean, I wrestled with this for years. I did a lot of deep praying. I did study. I talked to friends. I talked to mentors. My wife and I, we wrestled with it. I talked to my family and my kids. So it's not just something, I don't, telling you to do anything stupid and take it lightly. And perhaps what God's, working inside of you doesn't take nearly the radical change I did. And that's cool. That's cool. But do it. Stop putting it off. Stop procrastinating. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Just do it. Because when you wake up 20 years from now, you're going to be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. And so if there's this yearning inside of you, if God's working something in you, you want to do it. And so I encourage you to do it. And if there's something that God's been working in you, leave it in a comment down below. Tell me about it. One, I'll be praying for you. And two, I'd like to hear your story. Because I know that as radical as I feel like my story is, I know it doesn't hold a candle to some of your stories. Y'all got some big stories, I know. And so I want to hear them. But even if it's not a big story, I want to hear it. Because that's the kind of God we serve, man. He does these kind of things. And so I want to hear what you got. So tell me down below and leave a comment. You know the whole YouTube routine. If you've watched this video to this point, thank you so much. And like and subscribe. There, I said it. And there's also a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description if you want to help support me on this creative journey and this journey that I'm on. So, hey, I'm Jeremy. I really appreciate that I really appreciate you being here. And I just want you to remember this one thing. You're not done yet.